Alright, welcome to a clear day here down in the Eastern Caribbean. That's St. Maarten right over there. We are in the CRJ inbound, as you can see. Clear as a bell. We're going to be flying the RNAV approach 10.
Transition altitude. Nearest out.
Yep, got that. So once we hit 2600, what we're going to want to do at that point is dial in the next altitude, which is 1700 feet on the RNAV approach. Which we can descend to once we leave Avaki. Actually, that's Saba right there. St. Maarten is over there. Got some glare off the shield there. Alright, 3,900. Descending 2,600. We are now about 8 miles from Gouda. 7 miles from Gouda. Zoom in here just a little bit. I always zoom backwards. I always zoom the wrong way. So 1,000 to go. Airspeed is fine because that once the plane levels off, that speed's going to bleed off, and we'd like to be around 210 knots. And once we get altitude capture, we're going to set the next altitude. Okay, 3 miles from Gouda. Altitude capture, you can see. Right there, let's arm the nose wheel steering. Anti-skid is set. I'm going to put the thrust reversers on just so I don't forget them. No, you're not supposed to quite do that right yet. We got that descent right on the money. See, we're losing that airspeed quickly here because we're leveling off, so I'm going to add some power. Make a radio call here. Juliana, traffic American 264 is Gouda inbound on the RNAV 10, Juliana. Alright. So, altitude. For 1,700. Whatever reason that button doesn't work, which kind of stinks. Alright. 21.8 miles to Iraq. We've got 18 miles to go. Airspeed is alright. Just give it just a touch more. I do want to get down to about 180. Here relatively soon. Ten is a minimum clean speed, which is good. Starting to slow down here. A nice little pause there. Gonna start us slowing down to 180. 14 miles from Mavaki. Alright, VREF is 134. I'll try to fly it at 140, which would mean a descent of 700 feet per minute, 743 feet per minute to be Pacific. Put in that first notch now. Alright, first notch of flaps is in. Tiny touch of power there. It's a little bit different than my usual twin engine conveyance, you know. So I've been having a lot of fun flying this airplane. Yeah, see, we're dropping off there a little bit on the airspeed, a little bit more than I want. So I'm going to bring it back up. Juliana traffic, American 264 is 10 miles from Mavaki and down in the RNAV 10, Juliana. Okay. That airspeed moving back in the direction we want it to go. Alright. 7 miles from Mavaki. At 5 miles from Mavaki, I'm going to put in this next notch of flaps here.
Princess Juliana traffic, KLM727 heading, taking runway 10 for departure, Juliana.
And Willow off to the left there. One really big difference in this plane is you've got to be, you can't be up and down in your power and your settings and all that.
Please remain seated until we have stopped.
The seatbelt on, landing lights on. Alright, second notch there. Vaki, we've got 5 miles. To get down, we're right there. So let's go vertical speed.
Juliana traffic KLM 787 heavy on the upwind 10.
Okay. Juliana traffic, American 264 is Avaki inbound on the R910, Juliana. Alright, so gotta start getting that airspeed down here a little bit. So we are centered pretty well with the needle. The okay. Coming down nicely here. Put 20 notches of flaps. Come lose some power until we get to Lessor at 1700. We can't get too slow here. Okay. Not doing bad. A little bit more power. Alright, let's go vertical speed mode. No, vertical speed mode. You know what? Okay. Well, unfortunately, let's get the nose down. 30 notches of flaps. Let's get the gear down. And we are short final here. Juliana traffic, American 264 is on a 3-mile final, Juliana.
$1,000.
Okay.
$500.
Juliana traffic, American 264 short final 10, Juliana. Alright, we're a little slow,
400.
but
$300.
Sync rate.
$200.
Sync rate.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay. To reverse west. Okay, let's get on the toe brakes here. Alright. Still getting some of these things figured out. And one of them on this approach, it's always something different. And this one was, for some reason, it wanted to keep going back to altitude capture mode, even though that's not what I wanted. And I was really set up very, very well until, say hello to the folks at Mary's Boone. I was really set up very well for intercepting the glide slope. Juliana, traffic American 264 back taxiing runway 10, Juliana. It was really set up well for the glide slope. But it just never, it wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. So I finally just had to disconnect it. So it kept capturing the glide slope at 1,700 feet. But we made it. It's not an approach I was super pleased with. But what we had. Alright, so let's turn our, first of all, let's slow down here a little bit. Let's turn our landing lights off. Turn our taxi light back on. Didn't need to turn that off. Parking will be Alpha 3 today. Okay. So, there we are.